Hi, today I'm going to talk about using a genre to come up with a story idea. So the technique that I use when doing this is called creating a mind map. So the first thing I'm going to do to create a mind map is I'm going to draw a circle, or a lumpy shape. And in the middle, I'm going to write the genre that I'm interested in writing about. So for this example, I'm going to use the fantasy genre. So I would write the genre in the middle, and then I'm going to draw lines coming out from the genre with different things that you might find in that genre. So for instance, in fantasy stories you might find a unicorn or other magical creatures. Another thing you might find in the fantasy genre could be fairies. Fairy tales in general would probably qualify. Perhaps magic would be in the fantasy genre. Perhaps gods or goddesses. You might find things that could be in this genre or in different genres like horror, such as ghosts or vampires or possibly werewolves. You might find witches. The theme of good versus evil. There could be some kind of a kingdom. Maybe some curse of some sort. Elves. Make-believe. Maybe dreams. The happily ever after ending. Maybe there might be some romance. Anyway, as you could see, when it comes to naming things that go with the genre, there could be many different things. It's up to you how few or how many things you want to include. So, the next step is to identify the things that interest you most. So, for me, I'm going to circle ideas that I want to incorporate into my story. So I kind of like the topic of dreams, so I'm going to circle that. Maybe a kingdom, I think that sounds interesting. I always really like stories that have magic, so I'm going to circle that. Curses. It's still messy, but it's a little better. That's okay though. So I have a few different ideas circled, and then what I want to do is combine those ideas. So I might think about it for a few minutes and think about dreams, kingdom, magic, curses, and how those things can interact and turn into a story. And I also want to think about how a story has to have some kind of central conflict or problem for the characters to overcome. So maybe I'll put someone gets lost in their dreams and must break a curse using magic to free a kingdom. So there I have a story idea that I can create based on the things that I circled, and maybe there might be other things I want to incorporate once I get started, but I have an overall idea of what I want my story to be about. So that's how I use mind maps in order to generate ideas to create stories. This is just one way of many, many different ways that you can come up with an idea for a story.